everyone. I'm Fazilat and I teach English in Oman. I'm from Pakistan. I have an MA in TESOL and I have been exploring AI in English language education since ChatGPT was rolled out in November 2022. So, for today's session, I'm going to be sharing with you my custom GPT that I have been using in my English for academic purposes classes. Okay, before I move on, I want to ask you if any one of you have been using ChatGPT or any kind of assistive feedback learning in your classrooms. Anyone? I can see the chat. All right, no worries. We'll move on. I hope you can still see my... Okay, hang on. I'm sorry. What's going on? Okay, I don't know what I clicked. I'll just move on. Okay, so a lot of you have been using it. Thank you, Plamin. Good to see you again, Mahmoud. All right, good to see. Fine. So here is what I'm going to talk about in my session. We'll talk about what is a custom GPT, why use AI for writing feedback, step-by-step GPT creation, and some examples from my classroom. So what is a custom GPT? It's a teacher-built chatbot using OpenAI's GPT platform. I wrote here plus because it's you can only create custom GPTs if you have their paid version, which is, I guess, $20 a month. Okay, so we go on. Then there is no coding needed. You have personalized instructions for the custom GPT. It can be shared with your students. And yeah, so that's a custom GPT. If you haven't used it before in your classrooms, then this might sound like a lot of info, but I'll have a live demo for you. So all of this will become clearer when we have an actual demo going on. All right, so just a little bit of an overview why we use it for writing feedback. By it, I mean a custom GPT, because it saves teacher time, especially at the beginning of the semester when you introduce a kind of writing and your students are writing their first and second drafts, especially if it's graded writing assignments, then it comes in handy and it saves a lot of time. Trust me on that one. It gives immediate supportive feedback. The supportive feedback here is quite subjective. We'll talk about it later. It aligns with existing rubrics. This is important because a lot of times when we are teaching writing, we have a certain rubrics for graded assignments, or if we are preparing students for a special exam like IELTS, or I don't know, like we have different kind of structures going on in different school, college, university systems. But if you mark your writing against a rubric, then you can always put in your rubric in your custom GPT. It encourages learner autonomy. It's a great peer reviewer. I would like to spend 10 seconds on this because peer reviewing is a very good technique in writing, but sometimes peers are the same level as the students, so peers even don't know what they're marking. So ChatGPT, custom GPT comes in handy. And it's more equitable. Now, I was attending a session earlier during the day in this very conference. It was by, I guess, Nizar Ali, and he talked about equity. So when we are creating our own GPT, it's more equitable because we can write about the kind of learners we have. We can tell it what kind of feedback we are expecting. So when we are giving it a certain parameter on which to mark our students' writing, it automatically reduces the samples against which ChatGPT is marking our students' writing. Talk about that later. And yeah, I use it for my EAP classes. My students have just finished foundation program. They are in post foundation, and English for academic purposes is one of the course they take in our center. All right. Let's move on to the live demo. Can you see my ChatGPT interface here? Uh, I would just need one answer.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Okay. So
Yes.
this is what, thank you. This is what ChatGPT looks like. You can see this is ChatGPT 4. It means, and here it says ChatGPT or Plus, which means it's a paid version. Now, we are going to create our own GPT to mark our students' writing. So what I do is I click on GPT here, and this is what I see. Here, it shows my GPT. I have deleted all my GPTs for now because I wanted it to work on a clean slate. So GPT, if you go to my GPTs, you can create a GPT from here, or you can just click here. And this is a window we see. I don't know where this red mark is coming from. I guess I drew on my screen and I don't want to touch anything. So please don't mind this and this red mark. All right. So this is a window you see. This is a preview, and this is our canvas to create a custom GPT. Now, as I mentioned, I teach EAP, and one of the kinds of writing that we teach our students is reflective writing. We teach it on a certain model, using a certain model, which is DIEP. D stands for description, I for interpret, E for evaluate, and P for plan. Now, since I have been teaching for a while, I know what I'm expecting from students. So I have created this very comprehensive prompt, but if you are unsure, like if you're teaching your kind of writing, you can even ask ChatGPT that this is what I'm teaching and I want to create a custom GPT. Please help me with creating a proper or a good prompt. Anyway, this is my prompt. I'll quickly go through it. You're a supportive academic writing assistant helping students improve their reflective writing based on the DIEP model. We talked about that. Okay, to remove the red mark, click on the pen shape and choose an eraser. Okay, thank you. That's helpful. Sorry guys, I guess I will remove, click on the in green color. Sorry, can't find it. I guess we'll just, sorry about that. We'll just go with what we have right now. Anyway, moving on to my prompt. So my students are Arab learners of English. Your job is to provide short, simple, and direct feedback. Going back to Fayaz, thank you for help, but I guess I can't figure it out right now. I'm really sorry. Okay, moving back to the prompt. The students have just passed the foundation program. The students are supposed to write one long paragraph. I want you to follow a rubric. Then I want the feedback per DIP section. And then what each student did well, point out what's missing, keep the tone supportive, use bullet points. If DIP section is missing, say so clearly. So if a section, because it's important that this kind of writing is in four parts, but one long paragraph. So I wrote it here because a lot of students make this mistake. Do not rewrite or summarize the student's work. Do not use academic jargon. If the writing is not one paragraph or too short, briefly point this out under organization. And here is some more information. Once you give feedback, offer to recheck students' work. Just check your feedback with their corrections. Do not hallucinate. This is very important because we all know AI models have a tendency to hallucinate. So we just write it here. Stick to student text and rubric. I'm attaching the rubric here. Let me know if you need any more information. Sorry about this very long text, but it was necessary to read it out. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is, okay, I'll just take a screenshot of this. Okay. And we go to ChatGPT. Ideally, I would paste it here, like a copy paste from this Word document, but I guess because I made some changes into it, this is a better way to do it right now. Please see the attached prompt for the custom GPT. Okay? Okay, this happens sometimes. All right, it's gone really haywire. This happens. We'll just start again. We'll go from create. Okay, I'll change my plan. I will copy this. This is from my drafts basically, but I'll just paste it here. This is all the information I gave you in my slide. Now here you see it's updating the GPT. Great. So I have given this whole prompt. It's right here. Now it's saying, great. Now let's give this GPT a name. How about reflective writing coach? Okay. Sounds good. I'm just going with what it's suggesting to me. Okay, so here's the profile picture. Do you like this friendly notebook design? Okay, looks good. If you don't like the picture, then you can tell it to generate something else, but we'll just go with that. Awesome. Now let's refine it things a bit more. To start, what are some common mistakes? Okay, before we go ahead, I would like to give you the rubric first because I mentioned to it, I'm gonna give you a rubric, but I didn't give it. So here I have this official rubric that we use for marking our students' writing. And here I just attached this PDF. It's updating itself. Okay, the rubric has been added and will guide all feedback given. All right, your GPT is ready. So here you see my GPT is ready, reflective writing coach. The picture is there. Here are some useful prompts. I'm here if you'd like to refine anything further. Would you like to adjust or explore next? No, I think I would like to check the feedback you give. All right. I can include a note at the end of each response as instructions should feedback to their teacher. Would you like me to phrase it like, uh, okay, so it's asking me if I would like the students to be referred to me. At this stage, I want it to be used as a peer to students writing. So I would say no. Let's just start with a sample. I want to check your feedback. Ready? Okay, all right. So it's ready. This is a sample I have of my students' writing. I have asked for this student's permission to share it with you guys, so we're keeping it ethical. Please review and give feedback. So what students can do, they can write their writing here, or if they have written it in a document, or for the graded writing, I did with my students, they wrote it on a notebook and then I asked them to paste it in the chat GPT itself. So they just take a photo and upload it, and that's what we are doing it here. All right. So this is the writing. Our custom GPT is reading it, and this is the feedback it gave. You described the topic clearly. Okay, before we go ahead, guys, this was their unit about entrepreneurship. So they had a video, then they had reading, a listening task with it, and then they had to write a reflection on what they learned in this unit. So that's why this is about business and entrepreneurship. You described the topic clearly. You mentioned key details. To improve, add where or how you learned this. Great. So this is an improvement because here my student has written, in this lesson, I learned about how small businesses can grow by using social media. The miss gave examples of how companies post pictures, talk to customers, and sell products online. Okay, so it's suggesting that add where or how you learned this. Okay, so a specific class, don't just say miss. Then interpret, this is the second part of the writing. You shared how you felt surprised. To improve, explain your feelings more deeply. So I won't go through the whole thing. I guess you have an idea. This is the feedback I'm looking for. You followed the DIP structure, kept it in one paragraph. But here, if I see, this is not one paragraph. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 4 paragraphs. So I'm not happy with that. So I'll just go right here and I will write this feedback to my custom GPT. So use clearer transitions. Okay. You used words like digital marketing, advertise, and business, which fit the topic. To improve, try adding 1 to 2 academic or DIEP words like reflect, insight, or realized. Grammar, it corrected some spelling mistakes. Media, the miss, so it didn't understand what miss meant. And then it's suggesting something about the subject verb here. Okay, I'm going to write my feedback here. I told you that the writing should be one long paragraph. No, however, the student has written 4 paragraphs. You did not write that in your feedback. You said it's 1 paragraph. Please update. Okay, now let's see. It's updating itself. All right, sure. So it said, I understand what you're saying. I'm going to paste the same sample again here. So the feedback seems to be the same. I'm more interested in looking at the organization. You followed the DIEP orders somewhat. The paragraph lacks clear transitions. The structure is 1 paragraph, but some sentences are off topic or too repetitive. Okay, this is not working. The student wrote 4 paragraphs, not 1. Okay, I should have written wrote. Okay. Okay. So it suggested that we paste the paragraph here because it's having trouble to understand. Sometimes it just works in the first time and sometimes it takes time to understand. This is how AI works. We all know that. Here are 4 paragraphs. Students should just write 1. Okay, so this is the prompt window where I'm generating my custom GPT. Okay, so now it generated feedback based on this. I'm looking at, you wrote in 4 paragraphs, but the task requires 1 long paragraph. Please rewrite your reflection. That's it. That's what I wanted. Okay. This is great. Please update the custom GPT accordingly. All right, so now it's clear about the structure. It got the idea. It's updating itself. Rubric-based, would you like to test another sample or just anything else? Okay. Okay, I will try another sample, okay? Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a part of a writing. It's not a complete writing. It's just page 2, and it just contains 1 part. Let's see how it goes. So this part is only the last part, the plan. There is no description, no interpretation, and no evaluation. So he said, you mentioned your plan. This topic is not clearly defined. So describe, it needs description. Interpret, you said your plan will help people. It's the same as, because it's just the plan. So it's giving feedback based on that. Tell us about your feelings or experiences. Then there is no evaluate. So the suggestion is reflect on why robotics matters to you. How does it connect? Because this writing is about robotics. So I'm happy so far. Plan, you included a basic plan. This plan needs more detail. So in the other parts, it's telling the student that there is no description, no clear description, no clear feelings, no clear evaluation. The plan is there, it needs more detail, right? Organization, you used 1 paragraph because we only gave it 1. The structure does not clearly follow the DIEP model. Transitions are missing. Use linking words. Vocabulary, okay, use relevant vocabulary. Basic message is understandable. Break up long sentences. Okay, this is cool. Would you like to revise it now? I'm happy to check your updated version. So this is something that I told it to do earlier. All right, so far I'm ready. I am happy with how it's working. So I will click on create. Anyone with the link, and I will save my custom GPT. Now my custom GPT is ready. I will copy the link, and now we're gonna check it. So this is another account of ChatGPT that I have, and it's unpaid. As you can see, there is no plus here, and I'm pasting the link. This is what my students will see. Reflective Writing Coach by Fazilat Jahan. Support students with simple feedback on DIP reflective writing using rubric criteria because we mark them on a rubric. Okay, so I will just say hi. I'm ready to help you. I'm going to paste another sample here. This is the first part of a sample and it does not have a plan. So a student will typically write, please check my writing and give feedback. Okay, so this is what, as I said, my students will see. They went to the link, they posted their writing, and we click enter. This is the feedback. Thank you for sharing your writing. Describe, you clearly described. Okay, sorry, I gave it the same sample. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, I'll paste this sample. This is what I was supposed to paste. Here. Okay, I'll just say, let's check another writing. Great. Copy. Why isn't it copying? What is happening? Okay. Oh, okay, because it will check one writing at a time. Let's open it again. Perfect. Okay. Okay, so it checks one writing at a time, and then it has some more time before it can check another sample. So I'll just go back to this writing that I checked earlier, one writing at a time. We gave the sample, it gives clear feedback, organization. This is the same sample that we checked in when I was creating the GPT. So it says good use of transitions. This is written in more than one paragraph. This is what I was looking for earlier. So of course it's taken that feedback. If you remember when I was creating the GPT, I was putting it a sample with 4 paragraphs and it was reading it as one paragraph, but now it's giving very clear feedback. Vocabulary, you use some DIP words, it's giving some suggestions, and then it's saying you're doing a great job. Please revise your paragraph into one single paragraph and try to improve based on the tips above. I'll be happy to check your new version. So this is how you create a custom GPT. If you close it, I'm back to my own GPT. And if you want to access it, so this is our ChatGPT interface. I will go to GPTs. I will go to my GPTs, and here it appears. If I want to share it with other people, I will go to edit. And from here, I get the share link. Copy link, and then I can share it with my students. I know it's kind of counterintuitive that I have to go to edit to be able to share it, but this is how it works. No matter what kind of writing you teach, you can create your own custom GPT, share it with your students, and they can check their writing, perfect their drafts, and they will be good to go. So that's all from my side for today, and I hope you learned something new.